Before the first dinosaur walked the earth, before the first primitive plants took root on barren, rocky continents, even before the first true fish navigated the prehistoric seas, there was a pulse in the dark. For over 500 million years they have drifted through the world's oceans. They have no heart to beat, no blood to spill, and no brain to process the world around them. Yet, they are the ultimate survivors. They have witnessed the rise and fall of countless empires of life, surviving 5 mass extinction events that wiped out more than 90% of all species on this planet. We call them jellyfish. But they are not fish at all. They are gelatinous zooplankton, members of the ancient phylum Cnidaria. From the sunlit shallows of tropical lagoons to the crushing, freezing depths of the Mariana Trench, they have conquered every marine environment on Earth. Today, we journey into the alien world of these primordial drifters. We will uncover the secrets of their bizarre anatomy, their lethal weaponry, and their astounding, almost supernatural abilities to cheat death itself. This is the story of the ocean's original masters. To understand how a creature so delicate could outlive the mighty T-Rex, we have to strip away our mammalian biases. Human survival relies on complexity, a pumping heart, a complex respiratory system, and a highly developed brain. The jellyfish took a different evolutionary path, the path of extreme simplicity. A jellyfish is comprised of up to 95% water. If you were to pull one out of the ocean and leave it on the beach, it would literally evaporate, leaving behind almost nothing. They possess a gelatinous middle layer called the mesoglea, sandwiched between 2 thin layers of cells. This flexible, elastic structure acts as a hydrostatic skeleton. But how does a creature with no central nervous system hunt, navigate, and survive? Instead of a brain, they possess a nerve net, a decentralized web of sensory receptors spread throughout their bodies. Distributed along the margin of their bell are specialized structures called rhopalia. These act as the jellyfish's sensory command centers. Inside these tiny nodes are statocysts, which work like biological gyroscopes, allowing the jellyfish to orient itself to gravity. They also house ocelli, simple light-sensing organs. While most jellies can only tell light from dark, some species, like the box jellyfish, possess incredibly advanced eyes complete with lenses, corneas, and retinas, capable of forming actual images. They are a masterclass in biological efficiency. Without the high metabolic cost of a brain, the jellyfish conserves profound amounts of energy. Energy it uses to grow, reproduce, and conquer. But do not let their delicate, mesmerizing dance fool you. These are some of the most efficient, ruthless predators on the planet, and their hunting strategy relies on a weapon that executes one of the fastest biomechanical processes in the entire animal kingdom. Along their trailing tentacles lie thousands, sometimes millions, of specialized stinging cells called nematocysts. Think of them as microscopic, venomous harpoons loaded under immense internal pressure. When a prey item, a small fish, a crustacean, or even another jellyfish, brushes against the tentacle, a mechanical and chemical trigger is tripped. In less than a millionth of a second, the nematocyst fires. The barbed shaft violently pierces the victim's skin, injecting a potent cocktail of neurotoxins. The prey is paralyzed almost instantly, drawn up toward the mouth by the tentacles, and consumed whole. Nowhere is this weaponry more feared than in the coastal waters of the Indo-Pacific. Meet Chironex fleckeri, the Australian box jellyfish. According to marine biologists and the World Health Organization, it is considered the most venomous marine animal known to humanity. Its venom attacks the heart, nervous system, and skin cells simultaneously. A single adult carries enough venom to kill over 60 humans. Yet, this deadly arsenal wasn't evolved for us. It is a mechanism perfected over 500 million years to ensure that even the most fragile, brainless drifter can secure a meal in an unforgiving ocean. Survival is not just about avoiding predators and catching prey. It is about leaving a legacy. And the life cycle of the jellyfish is a bizarre, shape-shifting saga that rivals any science fiction novel. Most true jellyfish undergo two completely distinct life phases. They begin as a microscopic, free-swimming larva called a planula, which searches for a hard surface on the ocean floor to attach itself. Once anchored, it transforms into a polyp. In this benthic phase, it looks like a tiny sea anemone, patiently catching passing plankton. A polyp can sit on the ocean floor for years, multiplying by cloning itself to form massive colonies. But when environmental conditions are just right, perhaps a change in water temperature or a sudden abundance of food, the magic happens. A process known as strobilation, the polyp segments itself into a stack of miniature, saucer-like jellyfish. One by one, these tiny clones break free and swim away. They are called ephyrae, and they will rapidly grow into the familiar, free-swimming medusa form we recognize. This incredible two-stage life cycle is an evolutionary masterstroke. If times are tough in the open ocean, the polyps can wait out the famine on the seafloor. If conditions are prime, they can unleash a massive bloom of medusae, overwhelming the ecosystem with sheer numbers. But of all their survival strategies, there is one species that has achieved a feat that humanity has dreamed of since the dawn of civilization. They have found a way to cheat death. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, better known as the immortal jellyfish. Discovered in the Mediterranean Sea and now found in oceans worldwide, this tiny creature harbors a profound biological secret. When faced with physical damage, starvation, or old age, it does not simply die. Instead, it hits the reset button. Through a miraculous cellular mechanism called transdifferentiation, an adult medusa can transform its mature cells back into their earliest, unspecialized state. It absorbs its own tentacles, sinks to the seafloor, and reverts back into a polyp, essentially aging backward into a baby. This new polyp will then produce genetically identical metasae. As reported by institutions like National Geographic and leading marine research centers, this cycle can theoretically repeat indefinitely. As long as it is not eaten or destroyed by disease, Turritopsis dohrnii is biologically immortal. It is a revelation that has captivated geneticists and medical researchers around the globe, offering tantalizing clues into cellular regeneration, stem cell research, and the fundamental mechanics of aging. While some jellies have mastered the art of immortality, others have mastered the art of symbiosis, transforming themselves into solar-powered drifters. Hidden away in the isolated rock islands of Palau lies a place unlike any other on Earth, Jellyfish Lake. Trapped in this marine lake thousands of years ago after sea levels dropped, a population of golden jellyfish found themselves in a unique environment, an ecosystem with virtually no natural predators. Evolution, always efficient, took the reins. Over millennia, these isolated jellies gradually lost their potent sting. They no longer needed it for defense. Instead, they formed a partnership. Embedded within the tissues of their bodies are millions of microscopic, photosynthetic algae called zooxanthellae. To survive, the jellyfish must become farmers. Every day, millions of these golden jellies perform a synchronized migration. They follow the sun across the lake from east to west, ensuring their internal algae receive maximum sunlight to perform photosynthesis. In exchange for this mobile tanning bed, the algae provide the jellyfish with essential nutrients and sugars. At night, the jellies descend into the deeper nitrogen-rich waters to fertilize their crops. It is a perfect, self-sustaining loop. A testament to nature's boundless adaptability. The jellyfish is not merely an evolutionary oddity, it is a creature that has fundamentally changed the course of human history. In the early 1960s, scientists studying the bioluminescent crystal jellyfish isolated a unique protein responsible for the animal's green glow. They called it green fluorescent protein, or GFP. This discovery, which later earned a Nobel Prize in chemistry, revolutionized modern medicine. By attaching the GFP gene to other proteins in living organisms, scientists created a biological flashlight. For the first time, researchers could watch in real time as cancer cells spread, track how the HIV virus operates, and observe the development of Alzheimer's disease in the brain. The profound leaps we are making today in molecular biology and genetic engineering owe their existence to the gentle, glowing pulse of a jellyfish. Yet, our relationship with these ancient survivors is complex, and the balance is shifting. Across the globe, from the Sea of Japan to the Mediterranean, populations of jellyfish are exploding into massive, localized events known as blooms. According to reports from the IUCN Red List and global marine conservation bodies, humanity is inadvertently setting the stage for a jellyfish takeover. Overfishing removes their natural predators, like sea turtles and large pelagic fish. Agricultural runoff creates oceanic dead zones depleted of oxygen, conditions that suffocate traditional fish, but where jellyfish, with their incredibly low oxygen requirements, thrive. Furthermore, as our oceans warm and acidify due to climate change, these resilient survivors are adapting faster than almost any other marine species. We are creating an ocean perfectly tailored for the jellyfish. They are the ghost fleet of the ocean, brainless, bloodless, and largely invisible. They operate on biological mechanics so simple they seem primitive, yet so highly refined they border on perfection. They have survived asteroid impacts that blotted out the sun. They have outlasted the shifting of continents and the freezing of the seas. And as our world faces unprecedented environmental changes, the jellyfish reminds us of an enduring truth about life on Earth. Survival does not always belong to the strongest, the smartest, or the most complex. Sometimes, survival belongs to the adaptable, the resilient, the ones who simply drift with the tides, equipped with the ancient wisdom to weather any storm. Long after the great empires of the land have faded, the pulse in the dark will remain. The jellyfish, the ocean's ancient immortal survivor,